literally just like sat down at my computer for 5 minutes and started writing everything that I'm about to tell you, and realized that it was going to be like this long by the time I was finished. So I decided that instead of trying to write it so that you had to read something that was immensely long, what I was going to do is I was going to record a video, and at the same time you can hear how excited I am about this. It's been an incredibly exciting morning for me, and I'm going to take you on a little bit of the roller coaster and the trip to understand why. I haven't posted a lot of videos, and I haven't shared too much about myself yet, but I will. I'm actually kind of trying to figure out where to go and how to do that, and where do I start. So I guess today what I'm going to start with is a little bit about me in terms of you know, something I've known since a very young age. So at the age of 3, anytime anybody asked me what I wanted to do with myself when I grew up and, you know, what I was going to be, I always answered that I wanted to help people. I've known from the time I was 3 that, you know, my mission in life was to help. I didn't know what, right up until high school, I still didn't know what was helping for me. I knew that I didn't want to be a teacher. I knew that I didn't want to be a doctor. Helping for me was always something bigger than that, and yet I couldn't really understand it. At the age of 19, I graduated from college and started a career working with children with special needs, with a very particular approach for children with autism. That was a very new approach, something that not many people were doing. I ran my own company. I absolutely loved and adored everything that I did. I did that for, I think, 9 years, when I decided that I wanted to combine my love for fitness and my love for kids into one thing, and that's when I decided to become a youth fitness specialist. So that's actually kind of how I met Brian. Anyways, so I became a youth fitness specialist, and that took on an interesting light. I had a whole bunch of different things that I did. I worked with young kids, I worked with kids with special needs, I worked with kids in high schools, I worked with sporting teams, I did a multitude of things. I left the fitness industry, to do something more inspirational based that I was looking for. I was looking for a different connection, and I landed myself, you know, being an inspiration to moms around the world on my blog, How Does She Do It Mom? And you know, the journey of that has been so amazing and so wonderful. But this last 2 weeks, I've been sitting here kind of thinking to myself, and then as you know, of course, I work with FTR. You know, that's kind of, you know, my bigger gamut now of inspiration, the whole world. But the last 2 weeks I've been thinking a lot about, you know, Be Audacious, Change the World. And on the, you know, the cusp of Jen Cronenberger's food drive and what she did there, I kept feeling this pull that there's something I wanted to do, and I didn't know what. So, you know, I ruminated on it, I thought about it, and then it kind of hit me like a ton of bricks on Wednesday. And truly and honestly, I don't think I've ever grasped the concept of why do something more than I have this week. I mean, I've always done things because of why. I mean, because it feels good, because this is what I want to do, but never really thought too much about the how or the what. But this week, honestly and truly, ingrained that in me, the why. So I knew what I wanted to do, and I knew why. I mean, I actually didn't really know what I was going to do, but I knew why I wanted to do it. So, gosh, I'm rambling. Anyhow, I thought back to where I felt my most attached when I was working in the last, you know, years of my career, from the time I was 18 to now, and I kept coming back to the high school students and when I felt at my best. And I always felt at my best when I was in this one particular school where I ran the fitness room, and the fitness room soon became like a security blanket for all the kids in the school. The quote-unquote troubled kids would make their way into my room, and yeah, they'd pull off a couple push-ups, a couple chin-ups and all that, but I soon realized that they weren't coming there because they wanted to work out. They were coming there because no one was casting judgment. There was no blame, there was no disrespect. The minute you walked through the door, everyone was equal. It was kind of my code of conduct that I created for the room. I remember, you know, principals would walk by and say, you know, oh my gosh, you have so-and-so in here, just let me know if he gives you a hard time. And I'd be like, someone like him, like, oh my God, he's a complete angel. He's amazing in here. So I very soon realized that this room became a source for these kids where they could be themselves, where they could be inspired. And I started to grow very attached to the kids in that room and that room at large. And a special attachment to a classroom that was just down the hallway from me, which was called the Genesis classroom. It's still called the Genesis classroom. And you know, I mean, you all know it, every high school has one of these. It's the classroom where, quote unquote, all the misfits are, all the troubled kids, all the kids who can't pay attention in regular class. I've never viewed it that way. I've always viewed it as the creative geniuses of the school. The kids who have passion for art, who have zest for life, who listen to music in a way that the adults in the school don't hear the music. They're unbelievably unique. And, you know, there was definitely breaking down walls to get to them at times, but, you know, I used to enjoy the challenge. Like, give me the toughest kid in the class, because you know what, I'm going to break down, I'm going to get inside and forge a relationship with this kid. And I used to do that, and that feeling, knowing that this child was being validated and knowing that they felt worthy, was just above and beyond any feeling I've ever experienced. So I left there 2 years ago when I decided to pursue How Did You Do It, Mom. And it was a great decision at the time. It was a very hard decision at the time. I mean, you could ask Brian, I cried for 5 hours making the decision to leave that school. Always with the hope that I was going to circle back around and be able to do something with them again. Now, I've been involved with them a little bit here and there over the course of the last 2 years, but decided today that, you know, I'm going to get back in there. And, you know, now without the constraints of having to run a fitness room, I can really do what I want to do with them. So I just came back from a meeting with the teacher who runs that classroom, who's a dear friend of mine, Miss Sylvie Jackson, hey. And I decided, like, I went in not knowing what I was going to do or how I was going to do it, but why I wanted to do it. I want to change these kids' lives. I want them to feel worthy. I want them to feel that they can do anything and take the passions that they have right now that are brimming and never lose them. I want them to stay outside the box and not make someone put them in the box. So I decided to work particularly with the girls in the classroom, and the idea came to me when I walked in today. A girl walked by me who had this beautiful makeup on, and she has this passion for doing makeup. Of course, every parent and every teacher has told her, you can't possibly be a makeup artist. It's, you know, that's impossible. And the idea just clicked right in my head. I have a passion myself for photography, for photo shoots, for styling. So in short, because I've rambled a lot, I'm going to take the girls in that class who are into this, and let me tell you they are, and we're going to build out this project over the next couple of months where we're going to create a photo shoot. We're going to take the photographers in the class and let them do photography. We're going to take the makeup artists and the hair designers, let them do hair and makeup. We're going to take the writers and let them put their writing to use. And then we're going to build out this beautiful photo shoot, capturing these kids in a light that I see them in, so that the world can see them in that light. Taking what's inside them and letting everybody see it. And in the process, they're going to learn self-discovery. They're going to learn what it is to feel good about themselves. They're going to learn what it is to have self-confidence. They're going to learn what it is to work towards a project that you actually truly feel passionate about. I get to teach them all those valuable life lessons outside of the classroom structure, outside of a textbook. The best possible way to learn, if you ask me. But then we're going to one-up it. We're going to go even a step further. We're going to build it into the school calendar and publish this as a school calendar that will be circulating all over the school, all the staff, all the parents. So not only now are these kids going to get to feel like $1 million, but they're going to get to watch their work be published, produced, and sit back and be proud of that. So I am, and there's more to it than that, but the other stuff I'm going to kind of leave off for now because this is the stuff that I'm really jiving with right now. That was my morning, you know. So now that I've rambled, wow, I'm sure this is like 10 minutes, you've probably lost interest. But I guess like my message is right now is, you know, don't worry about the how, don't worry about the what. Don't worry about the where, any of those things. Just know the why. And get started today. You know, if you know that why to inspire, to change your life, whatever it is, just start. Just, you know, if you pick up a phone and call someone and go meet them and start today, because it really is that easy. It's that easy, and the rest will fall into place. The how and the what will come when you know where that why is and how strong it is. So you're going to be hearing lots about it. You're going to be seeing about it. I'm beyond excited. This is my Be Audacious, Change the World for today. I can't tell you how great of a feeling it is. And the best thing is that everybody can feel this way. So that's it. Be audacious and change the world. And don't wait. Go do it now.